So instead of having an intro, I thought I would just voice over this video because I'll just try something different. So anyway, I thought I'd start off my workout this morning with some active stretching. And I've noticed that I've actually been able to increase my range of motion this way. And that's pretty nice because I generally don't like doing long static stretching. I find that's just pretty boring. It's really not very specific to doing judo because judo is a very active sport, and so there's never a time where you can just be in a position where you're stretching. So I like the idea of just being able to have a large range of motion while being in an active state. And I feel that's a lot more useful in to practice. And it's lucky that it's also working because it would be pretty pointless to be doing this and not have any results. And I wasn't expecting that it would be that useful because it doesn't feel like you're getting that much time actually stretching the muscle, but I've noticed that my feet are getting a little higher than they were a couple weeks ago, and so that's nice. And here I've just been adding this exercise called airplanes, which I saw Martin Zlisi's World's Strongest Man doing for his prehab and rehab of his knee, and also having a knee injury. I thought I'd add this in. And basically you're just stretching the groin and and your hip with the same move. So basically by tensing my glute with the airplane, I'm stretching the inside of my groin, and then by activating my groin I can then stretch my glute, and that's how the airplane works. Anyway, so now I'm warming up here. Like I said in earlier videos, around the worlds are just a generally good exercise for you. It's easy, it wakes up your hands, it wakes up your body, wakes up your brain, and yeah, it's just a good exercise. I'd recommend everyone to do it. It's not that hard. This is a 20 kilo kettlebell, and 5 weeks ago I was struggling a little bit with this exercise, but now it's just a very easy warm-up, but it's still a warm-up nonetheless. And I've also noticed that doing halos have gone tremendously easier. That's a hard word to say. But also, I've noticed that I've also been able to increase my range of motion in my shoulders with this exercise, which obviously is a good thing, because as any movement coach will tell you, range of motion is all you need, and there's nothing else. I really should figure out how to count better, because these don't seem like sets of 20. It seems like I'm just counting to 20 in my head, and whatever happens, happens. But counting's hard. I am a math major, though not a good one. Though it looks like I'm doing a master's for maths next year, so I should probably learn how to count by then. But counting's not really that important because I'm not that interested in number theory. Though for general life, counting might be important. I've gone this far without it. Anyway, so figure eights are also a very good exercise to just sort of wake up the muscles around your knees and hips, because as the kettlebell travels around your body, your muscles have to resist against that momentum. And so it's basically just greasing out the hips, just lubricating all of the joints and getting them ready for the workout ahead. So now we're on to swings. Swings are lovely. Swings are great. The swings are good. I mean, why wouldn't you like a swing? Especially if you have a knee injury. You don't have to bend your knees that much for this exercise. It's a lot of hips. As you see, I'm getting surprisingly good at this, actually. I quite like my form here. But swings are able to basically have the same movement that you would do in a jump, but you don't actually have to jump. So it's a good way to increase your explosiveness while having a knee injury, so that as you're jumping, you're being very explosive and then having to land, which is generally not something you should do with a knee injury. But being able to still be explosive and training around your injury is very important, especially in a sport like judo where you're injured half the time. Anyway, onto the clean and press here. I've noticed that this has actually been just getting harder and harder, and I've been considering just having a deload this week, so instead of doing the planned 8 sets of 8 reps, I was going to change it to 8 sets of 4 reps, so change it to 50% intensity just for this week, and then increase it back to 8 sets of 9 for next week, and hope that the deload allows my shoulders to really just get ready, because I feel like they've just not been given enough time to recover, because every single workout has involved my shoulders for the last forever, and they've probably been overworked a lot, and so I imagine a deload will be good for them. Snatches have maintained a certain sense of easiness about them. I'm going to continue progressing slowly with these, just because they're one of the few exercises that really rip up your hands, and so I just want to give my hands a chance to recover. And also I don't want to risk hurting my wrist too much in case I get tired and then my form breaks and the kettlebell slams on my wrists and breaks it. That would really set back all of my training. So I'm trying to not do that. And with high pulls, today was a pretty good day at high pulls, because I started to really get my timing correct on this one. Just waiting for my hips to drive the weight up before I use my back to pull it in. And then as I pull it in, I snap it back forwards. Because if you pull too soon, it just doesn't work that nicely. You end up using your shoulder a lot more, which, as I just said, I need to stop using my shoulder as much. And so this is an exercise where timing is very important to make it easier and make it more efficient. And so that's a good pattern. And I've added squats here just to the end of my workout now, just to slowly start building up my quads a little more, and just the muscles around my knee, other than just doing knee rehab exercises. I just felt doing some nice deep squats would just help improve the strength for my knees. And doing goblet squats is a good way to get full range of motion in this while having good tension in your back. And it looks like I'm doing pause squats here, but really I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting as deep as I can before going up. Again, I just didn't feel the need to film intros today. I just thought I'd get straight into the workout. And so for my afternoon workout today, I did some Bulgarian bag stuff and some slam ball throws. I thought I would show today some of the warm-ups I do, getting straight in before I go into a Bulgarian bag. I don't do much, but here I'm just doing some pendulum swings, and here I'm just trying to get the timing and just get the feel right before I go directly into Bulgarian swings, because I want my swings to be as high quality as possible, and so I don't want to get into them when it's cold. And I have noticed that over the weeks, my Bulgarian swings have really gone a lot easier at this weight. This is a 15 kilogram bag, and as you can see, I'm really just swinging it pretty fast, and just each rep is very similar. And even by set 20, it's still moving very fast, and I'm not having to move my body too much, and so I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to reach my 20 sets of 20 goal before I can then move on to the next bag I have, which is a 22 kilo bag, which is quite a big jump, and that's why I've tried to get a big volume goal before I make a big weight jump. And I've been really liking this, just exploding uranagi with the slam ball. And it's just a very nice meditative exercise. Just really clears your mind, because the only thing you can think about when you're doing this exercise is throwing the ball as hard as you can. And it's just nice to clear your head from time to time. Yeah, just doing some more punches. This is just generally a good exercise, especially for judo, when you have to be able to explode forward at a very quickly, so that you can initiate a throw, get a uchi or something. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the video for today. Let me know how you like the style of video of just doing a voiceover instead of having the intros as well. I'm not really sure which type of video I like yet, and I'm trying to get into different styles of video so that I can learn how to edit a little better. Eventually I'll start moving my editing onto a computer instead of doing everything by phone, like some sort of idiot, because I doubt any of the better YouTubers do everything on their phone. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.